Welcome to today's talk where we'll share tips on how to let go gracefully. My name is Regina DeMeo and I'm a family law attorney in Maryland and DC. I've been practicing for over 20 years and with me today is Lee Stern. She's with Manifest Coaching and she's been a mental health professional for over 6 years now. Thanks for being here, Lee.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So I find that unfortunately, divorce or separation tends to force people to face many fears. And I wanted to go through some of them. Like, for example, some people are really terrified of being alone. So when you're working with someone, how do you address that fear?
You know, I would say to that person, what exactly terrifies you of being alone? You know, I would dig deep and find out if there's anything specific that really makes someone terrified of the word alone or of that feeling. Because if you look at it and, you know, when people look at it in that perspective of, I can't be alone, I'm so afraid to be alone, look at it in a different perspective. Look at it in the perspective of, wow, I'm going to have a lot of free time to do whatever I want. I don't have to, I don't have to answer to anyone else. And it's freedom, you know, looking at it from a perspective of freedom changes the way you may look at it. But I really would have them dig deep. Like, what is it specifically that terrifies you of being alone?
So sort of like unpackaging the fear and then reframing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a great way of putting it. I'm going to use that with my next client.
Yeah. So the other fear that my clients have during a divorce, of course, is the fear of losing their kids and not seeing them, which is tough. I mean, you and I have been through it, and it's tough not to see your child every evening. But how do you help your clients work through that fear?
You know, that question is absolutely hit home to me because when I went through my divorce, that was probably the first thing that I thought about. What am I going to do? What am I going to do if I don't have my son? You know, I'm going to be lost. But very, very quickly, that feeling changed. Maybe the first couple of times that he went off with his dad and I was alone, I was a little unsure of where to go, what to do. And maybe after a couple of times, the world was my oyster. Oh, I can clean the house. I can go to a movie. I could hang out with my girlfriends. I have lots of time to do whatever I want to do. So that feeling really disappeared very quickly. But it's a big concern. You know, we both had that because we got divorced when our kids were young. And, it's a big one. But I promise from experience to anyone going through this, that feeling goes away very quickly and you start to enjoy the time that you don't have your son and appreciate or daughter and appreciate them even more when they are with you.
Oh yeah. I mean, my friends who are married are jealous of all the me time I have.
Exactly.
What about the fear of social backlash? You know, a lot of people are part of a country club and maybe they're afraid that people are going to, look at them differently or, loss of family. Like I no longer talk to my in-laws and I used to get along with them really well. So how do you address that?
Yeah, that's a big one too. And, personally, I thought of that as well. But I quickly learned that the people that sort of push you away during a tough time like that are not the people that you want in your life. It's sort of a gift when you realize what people you're going to have in your life that are just going to be good for you. They're only going to add joy to your life. They're going to add, richness to your life. The people that push you away during a hard time and are not there for you really shouldn't be in your life. And that is a kind of an easy way to filter out the people that you don't want in your life. I mean, that's what I would absolutely say to anyone going through this. And it happens quickly. And then when you look back, I look back at people who are no longer in my life. And I think, you know what? I didn't really want them in my life anyway. They were sort of there because I was married to certain people. Right. And once the marriage is over, bye-bye. I don't have to deal with the ones that are not working towards me and making me feel better as a person or making me feel complete as a person.
Right. So then the greatest fear is fear of financial ruin, right? The fear of
Right.
a loss of a certain lifestyle, which inevitably is bound to happen. How do you help people cope with that?
Right away, I would tell them to contact a financial planner. I mean, that sounds like such a simple answer, but that's what I did right away. I went through my attorney and she recommended a financial advisor, which I had never had before. And if you find the right financial advisor, you're good as gold. I mean, that person, if they're a good one, they will absolutely have your best interest in mind and make you feel so much more comfortable about what's going to happen. And will give you a plan. You just need a plan. I think that really helps, having something planned out for you and knowing what's next. What's next always helps. And a financial planner can absolutely do that. It's the fear of the unknown that really scares us when we're making a big change. And knowing what is next is absolutely going to help. So find that financial planner.
No, you're right. And why I love having a financial planner on my team is because a lot of times people are oblivious. They trusted the
Yeah,
other spouse to take care of the finances.
absolutely.
And it's a moment where you have this like come to Jesus moment, and you really have to educate yourself on your
Yeah.
finances.
Yeah. And I've learned so much from my financial planner about, what are the right things to invest in, or, maybe I'm spending a little too much money on this and not enough on that. And, what kind of job should I be doing where I'm going to live the kind of lifestyle that I like to live? I mean, just things that you just never thought about before, and having someone talk it out with you, and not in an emotional way, like you would with a spouse. This, it's like strictly business, and it absolutely gives you peace of mind.
So one other thing I want to share is sometimes people, but while the emotions are running rampant, make really bad decisions. So like from a legal point of view, my thing is don't destroy anybody's property,
Hmm.
don't make any threats, don't send any harassing emails or texts in the heat of the moment. Certainly don't trespass and show up at someone's house or work uninvited. And
Right.
then try not to sabotage someone's career, right? Especially if you need alimony or child support
Exactly.
from them. It's
Perfect.
not that great of an idea to try and ruin their career.
Yeah.
But um, but I'm just giving them legal advice, and you would be the one that they'd come to kind of work through those emotions. So what kind of tips would you give somebody who like desperately wants to like destroy someone's property or send
Right.
this nasty gram? Right?
Yeah, I would absolutely talk them through it and maybe push them forward to, okay, so you did, go to their work. Okay, you went to their office and tried to have a conversation with them, and let's think about the after of that. Like, let's visualize what exactly is going to happen. In the end, do you think maybe you might be embarrassed? Do you think that's maybe it'll hurt him in some way? But I think in the end, it'll hurt you more. You know, Walking away gracefully is so much better than making a scene and being super upset in front of people and you may get embarrassed. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's just as simple as that. And you know
Or
what? If you're
locked up.
having Yeah, yes, exactly. And you know what? If you're having all those thoughts that are swirling and you're really spinning, and we've all been in those moments, whether it be in a relationship or something at work or something with our kids or whatever the reason is, talk to friends, talk to family members, people that you trust, talk to a coach or a therapist, and we'll just help you get through it. Sometimes you just need to talk it out, and maybe punch that pillow, or um, you know scream in the pillow, or whatever you have to do. But if you're talking to the right people, they will absolutely help you be in a better place and not do something that you may regret.
That's great advice. So if people want to contact you for further information, I'm going to try and share a screen. What's the best way for them to reach you?
They can go to my website, which is www.manifestlifecoaching.com, And on that first page, you just scroll to the bottom and there's a place where you can schedule a session. Or you can call me or text me with the number that has just appeared, or email me. And first sessions are always free. So it's a great time to get to see if we're a good match. And then we go from there. A lot of clients will talk to me once every 2 weeks or once every week. It absolutely depends on the client and what they're most comfortable with at that time.
Wow. Well, Lee, this has been great. Thanks so much for taking time to do this today.
Thank you for having me on. It was certainly a pleasure. Always good to see you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So if you like this and want to check out some more YouTube videos, please stay tuned and follow me as Gen X Marty on social media. Thank you.